It is Monday morning, you walk into the conference room. There is your team on one side, 8 or maybe you have 15 people who report to you. They look to you for direction, for support, for answers. And there on the screen or at the head of the table is your boss, the vice president, the senior director, or director, doesn't matter, your manager, right? The person who controls your career, your salary, and your future. And you are sitting in the middle. You are responsible for your team's results. But you did not design the strategy they are required to execute. You are accountable for their performance, but you cannot approve their salaries when you want it. You defend the decisions made above you even when you privately disagree. You protect the people below you even when the pressure from the above says otherwise. You have a manager title. Let's say you make around 25 lakhs a year. Could be about $80,000 in the US or say 40 to 50,000 pounds in the UK for a year. You have a team, you have a title, and you have zero real power. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why that is and what you can actually do about it. Let me explain the middle management with the simplest picture I can give you. Imagine a sandwich. The top slice of the bread is the executive team. The CEO, the VPs, the senior leadership, they set the direction, they control the money, they make the decisions. The bottom slice is your team, the analysts, the specialists, the junior professionals, and maybe even a team leader or a process lead. They do the daily work. They do the heavy lifting. They look to you for protection, guidance, and opportunities. You are the filling in the middle. And here is the truth about being the filling in a sandwich. All the pressure from the top slice comes down on you. Like every missed target, every changed priority, every restructuring decision, it lands on you first. You absorb it and then you translate it down. You make it digestible before passing it down. All the pressure from the bottom slice pushes up at you. Every problem your team has, every conflict, every conflicting priorities, every gap in resources, it comes to you first. You resolve it, you solve the problem, you facilitate smooth operations. You may escalate what you cannot resolve, and there is a good chance that you get judged for it. Every time you surface an issue upward, you're worried that your manager is going to judge you to be incompetent, or maybe he or she thinks lesser of you as a leader. With all that risk, you carry on. You protect what you can. The top slice and the bottom slice are both protected by you. But who protects you? That is the question nobody asks when you get promoted to manager. And the answer, when you actually sit with it and think about it, changes everything. There are three traps built into the middle management in any organization. Most managers fall into all three without ever realizing it. Let me name them one by one. Trap number one, the power illusion. You manage a team of, say, 10 people. On paper, that sounds powerful. But I want to ask you one simple question. Can you decide what salary your team members take home next April? Before you misunderstand what I'm saying, I know you make decisions on salary for your team every year, but the decision is restricted by the budget that is allocated to you by your leaders. Now, within the limited budget that you have, you will have to decide and allocate that amongst team members depending on their performance. And I'm sure you will have to make some compromises. You may not be happy because you could not reward your best performers what you think they deserve. Am I right? Now, can you promote the person who deserves it most without waiting 3 months for approval, writing a 5-page long justification for leaders 4 levels above you? Can you stop a project you believe is going in the wrong direction? If the answer is no, and for most middle managers, the answer is no. I know because I've been one. And here is the hard truth. You are not managing, you are supervising the execution of someone else's decision. Real power is not about how many people call you sir or copy you in emails. Real power is about what you can decide without asking for permission. Middle managers in India or globally have responsibility without the true authority. You are accountable for outcomes you did not control in a system you cannot change. You are not a manager. You are an expensive relay station. So let's move to trap number two, the golden cage. Say 25 lakhs per annum in India, or say to $80,000 if you are based out of US. For most professionals, that number sounds like success, like you have arrived. And that is exactly the problem. That salary is the number that feels too good to risk. Your EMI or mortgage is covered. Your family is comfortable. Your lifestyle has quietly expanded to match your income, like the apartment upgrades, the car, the school fees, the weekend plans. You have built a life that now needs this salary to function. You're not trapped because the company is cruel. You are trapped because comfort is expensive. The salary is high enough to make quitting feel terrifying, but it is not high enough to give you real options, like the financial space to negotiate seriously, to wait for the right opportunity, to say no when saying no is the right professional move. This is the golden cage. The door is not locked, the salary is why you do not walk out. So let's move to trap number 3, the visibility tax. This is the one that takes the longest to see, and by the time most managers recognize it, years have passed. When your team succeeds, when the project lands, when the numbers come in, when the client is happy, who gets the credit in the room that matters? Your boss presents the results to the leadership team. Your boss's name is on the communication to the organization. Your boss gets the well done in the all hands meeting. And you get an email thanking you for the team's efforts. But the moment something goes wrong, when the delivery slips, when the numbers miss, whose name is on that conversation? Yours, your team, your accountability. You pay the visibility tax going in both directions. Your win flow upward, your failures stay with you. But here is what I want you to understand. This is not a personality problem with your boss. This is how the system is designed. The system is not broken. For the people above you, it is working perfectly. You're like this candle, burn yourself to light the room. I want to say something here that most people do not say out loud. The company does not want you to move out of the middle. Not because they are evil, because the middle is the most important layer in every single organization, no matter if you are from Bangalore, Boston, or London. Think about it simply. Who actually runs the daily operations of every major company? It is not the CEO. The CEO has 15 meetings a day and cannot tell you what happened on the ground last Tuesday. It is not the junior team members. They are still learning the work. They don't have the visibility upward, and frankly, most of them don't care. It is you, the middle manager, the people who know the work deeply and can translate it upward. You are the spine of the organization. Without you, the whole body collapses. The company needs you exactly where you are. And here is the quiet reality that nobody in your organization will say directly. A middle manager who becomes too visible, too powerful, too valuable to wider audience is no longer a reliable piece of the system. The system is designed not cruelly, but structurally to keep the middle comfortable enough to stay and not empowered enough to leave with real leverage. The golden cage is not an accident, it is a design. And the sooner you see it as a design rather than just your personal situation, the sooner you make an intelligent choice about what to do next. Let me be specific about what staying trapped in this position actually costs you, because it is more than the daily frustration. The first cost is time. Every year you spend trapped in middle management is a year where your career is not moving forward. In corporate, the people who break through are the ones who either move up fast or build visible leverage fast. Staying comfortable in the middle for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years does not build career momentum. It builds a very expensive comfort zone that becomes harder to leave every year you stay. The second cost is your voice. Quite frankly, this is the one that hurts the most. When you spend enough years absorbing the pressure from above and protecting the people below, you start to forget what you actually think. You get so used to translating decisions you did not make, defending strategies you did not design, that your own professional opinion, your real instinct, starts to go quiet. You stop asking, is this the right thing to do? You start asking instead, what does leadership want me to say? This is not a small loss. That is the difference between a leader and a very well paid messenger. The third cost is the most important one in your personal life, the financial freedom. A comfortable salary with no leverage is not the same as a strong financial position. If your lifestyle has grown to consume your entire income, if you cannot afford to negotiate because you cannot afford to walk away from a bad situation, then your salary is not building your financial freedom. It is funding a very comfortable version of financial dependence. The salary looks like security, but without leverage, it is actually the opposite. Now, let me give you 3 specific moves. And this is not mindset advice, not one of those believe in yourself mumbo jumbo. 3 things you can start doing this week. Let's start with move number 1. Build visibility that your manager cannot intercept. The visibility trap works because your work only becomes visible to decision makers when your boss decides to make it visible. So stop depending on that single channel. Start building direct relationship 1 level or maybe 2 levels above your manager. Not to go around them, but to build a professional reputation that does not depend on one person's version of you. Volunteer for work that puts you in a room with senior leadership. Speak in forums where decision makers are present. Contribute to conversations above your current title. Not to show off, but to be known. Your boss cannot take credit for work that the leadership team has already seen you deliver. Now, let's move to move number 2. Know your market value. Update it every 6 months. Most middle managers have not had a real conversation with recruiter in years. They do not know what the open market would pay them today. And that ignorance is a cage of its own. When you know specifically that you could find a comparable or better role in 90 days if you needed to, your posture in every conversation inside your organization changes. Your manager can feel it. Your skip level can feel it. You can feel it. Knowing your option is not disloyalty. It is professional clarity. And professional clarity is the one thing the golden cage cannot survive. Move number 3, stop absorbing silently. Start documenting visibility. When you solve a problem, when you save a project, resolve a client issue, develop a team member who then starts delivering results, write it down, make it visible. In a project update, in communication to the right stakeholders, in a conversation with your skip level, use the opportunity to market your good work. Say something like, the project landed on time because we navigated XYZ during delivery. And if you're writing to the stakeholders, make sure your name is clearly visible and it is specifically gives you the credit, not the whole team. That is not arrogance, it is accurate record keeping. The professionals who get promoted in organization globally are not always the best performers. They are the best documented performers. Make sure the work that cannot be ignored has your name on it. You cannot outwork the sandwich trap. You cannot stay longer, work harder, hope it resolves itself. The middle management position is not the problem. The problem is staying in a version of it where you carry maximum responsibility with minimum power. Long enough that you confuse the cage for a career. You have the skills, you have the experience, you have the results, but what you need now is clarity to see exactly which trap you are in, and the 3 moves that actually change your position inside the system. Not louder, not angrier, smarter. You cannot manage your way out of this. You have to lead your way out. If you have stayed with me until this point, thank you so much for staying along. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please make sure that you share it with somebody who may need to see this right now. Thank you. Until next time.